Hey, goodness to you, Sporty King, and welcome to Glue Wednesday. I am still loading some stuff up, but I think I come right on anyway and be ready. So we're I'm gonna let you be in the moment with me. That's the way we got to do it because we got a nice little special fun tribute going on today anyway. So, oops, come back. No. Okay, remove. Okay. Let me take a break. Let me not try to do two things at once on this one. Let me get this thing loaded first. Okay, I think this is going to be the one. All right. Let's see. Nope. Oh wait, no, it's not. This is not the one. Get rid of that. Boom. All right, y'all. I don't know. But anyway, hey, you're seeing let me get, I'm getting this together. Okay, here I go. All right, still hanging, still. I'm loading it, but I want to give you a chance to get on. Not a problem. Not a problem. Let you get on and get loaded up and get ready as I get ready to do this Glue broadcast. And ain't no shame in my game. What is it? Aha, here we go. Okay, good. What's going on, Geraldine? Woo! I rather than change the time and make it start later, I decided. So yeah, there's my hello from my homegirl Geraldine, and rather than change the time, I decided to just go on and let it happen as it's happening, because this one might be fun anyway, and it might be long. So I'm going to cut it short, and that's part of what happened is I didn't get to do everything that I wanted to do in terms of putting the whole thing together. So here, oh, good. Here we go. All right, here we go. Welcome to Glue Wednesday. I created it because why? Because so often people say Wednesday is hump day. And I say, well, Wednesday, hump day was created based on old school rule where we used to just say you work Monday to Friday and you had the weekend. We didn't have the term flex time at the time. And so that's why we always just said Wednesday was hump day. So I decided to add another little positive twist to it. And I decided to call Wednesday Glue Day, because Wednesday is the middle of a traditional 7-day week, whether you work, regardless of what your work schedule is. It's the middle of a 7-day week that keeps the week beginning and the week end together. So therefore, I call it the glue, and it puts it into my favorite pose, the prayerful pose. And that's why I say GLUE is God's love undoes everything. Not that God's love will tear things apart, but that which has been torn apart, God's love will undo that tear and bring it back together. So that's why we're here together on Wednesday. And I might not get all the way through this because I was over preparing, because I want to do a special today that I'm going to use my guiding scripture is going to be Luke 2:19. And that is, Mary kept all these things to herself, holding them deep within herself. Because today I want to do a little tribute. And of course, because that was such a wonderful topic, it got, more and more complex on me. But my tribute is on mothers, MOM, making our memories or material or memorable. So that's mom, MON. So I want you to be ready to put some stuff, say some things about your mom, but we'll see how that goes. All right. So first, I want to share with you something that a friend of mine, this is called, there we go. It's called bought versus homemade. 6-year-old Annie. Oh, before I do that, I'll just get one more hello in there coming in from Chicago. What's up, Kenyatta? Okay. Oh, and there goes Lorenzo. Okay, now we're starting to flood. So thank y'all for being ready. And so we're going to see how I wasn't ready, but I got it together anyway. That's God's love, keeping it together, right? So here we go. Okay, so this is bought versus homemade. 6-year-old Annie returns home from school and says that today she had her first family planning session at school, family lesson at school. Her mother, very interested, said, "Oh, well, how did it go?" Annie said, "I nearly died of shame." And the mother said, "Why?" And Annie said, well, Sam from down the street says that storks bring the babies. Sally next door said you can buy babies at the orphanage. Peter in my class says you can buy babies at the hospital. Her mother answers laughingly, but that's no reason to be ashamed. Annie said, no, but I couldn't tell them that we were so poor that you and daddy had to make me yourselves. So first, let's open up with a little joke about motherhood there. And then what'd you say? Daphne found her way home. Welcome home. Yay. And Lorenzo, for all of you today praying at my floors as we seek prayer places like the old lady in the closet, I decided to pray at my floors. I feel better. I feel better there. All right. In fact, that's a good movie too, by the way, Lorenzo. The War Room. It's about having a prayer closet. Oh, and you also made me think of a really good song called about Mother Sherman. I forgot who it's by. And it talks about how she says, can I go into my prayer room? And she goes into the closet and she does her praying. But this was our first little joke about motherhood, that this little girl couldn't tell her friends that they were so poor that her mother and father had to make her. See, they told her the real story. All right. Okay, my next one is called Goodbye, Mom. A young man shopping in a supermarket noticed a little old lady following him around. If he stopped, she stopped. Furthermore, she kept staring at him. She finally overtook him at the checkout, and she turned to him and said, I hope you don't feel ill at ease. It's just that you look so much like my late son. He answered, oh, that's okay. She said, I know it's silly, but if you'd call out goodbye, Mom, as I leave the store, it would really make me feel so happy. He said, okay, that's fine. So she then went through the checkout, and as she was on her way out of the store, the man called out, goodbye, Mom. The little old lady waved and smiled back at him. Pleased that he had brought a little sunshine into someone's day, he went to pay for his groceries. That comes to $121.85, said the clerk. The guy said, whoa, how come so much? I only bought 5 items. The clerk replied, yeah, but your mother said you'd be paying for her things too. So I thought I'd open up with a couple of mother jokes to get us on the way and just remind you to celebrate the right mothers every day, not just once a day on the man-made calendar. So this next one is called Somebody Said. Somebody said it takes 6 weeks to get back to normal after you've had a baby. Somebody doesn't know that once you're a mother, normal is history. Somebody said you can't love the second child as much as you love the first. Somebody doesn't have 2 or more children. Somebody said that the hardest part of being a mother is labor and delivery. Somebody never watched their baby get on the bus for the first day of kindergarten or on a plane headed for military boot camp. Somebody said that a mother's job is done when her first child leaves home. Somebody never had grandchildren. Somebody said your mother knows you love her, so you don't need to tell her. Somebody isn't a mother. To all the mothers in your life and to everyone who ever had a mother, this isn't just about being a mother. It's about appreciating the people in our lives while we have them, no matter who those people are. Somebody needs to say, I love you. So make sure that you do that. So I just thought I'd open up with a couple of good jokes and then a And then let's move on into another area of motherhood, that little seriousness thing, an inspirational thing. And then here's another one that's a combination of serious, a joke and a serious one. And this is called I'm a Mom. A woman named Emily, renewing her driver's license at the county clerk's office, was asked by the woman recorder to state her occupation. She hesitated, uncertain how to classify herself. Well, what I mean, explains the recorder. Do you have a job? Are you just a, oh, of course I had a job. I have a job, snapped Emily. I'm a mom. I forgot all about her story until one day I found myself in the same situation, this time at our own town hall. The clerk was obviously a career woman, poised, efficient, and possessed of a high sounding title like official interrogator or town registrar. And she said, "What is your occupation?" she probed. What made me say it now, I don't know. But the words simply popped out. I'm a research associate in the field of child development and human relations. The clerk paused, ballpoint pen frozen in midair, and looked up as though she had not heard right. I repeated the title slowly, emphasizing the most significant words. I'm a research associate in the field of childhood development and human relations. Then I stared with wonder as my pronouncement was written in bold black ink on the official questionnaire. Might I ask, said the clerk with new interest, just what do you do in your field? Coolly, without any trace of fluster in my voice, I heard myself reply, I have a continuing program of research. What mother doesn't? In the laboratory and in the field. Normally, I would have said indoors and out. I'm working for my masters, the whole darn family, and already have 4 credits, all daughters. Of course, the job is one of the most demanding in the humanities. Any mother care to disagree? And I often work 14 hours a day. 24 is more like it. But the job is more challenging than most run-of-the-mill careers, and the rewards are more of a satisfaction rather than money. There was a increased note of respect in the clerk's voice as she completed the form, stood up, and personally ushered me to the door. As I drove home and into my driveway, buoyed up by my glamorous new career, I was greeted by my lab assistants, 13, 7, and 3. Upstairs, I could hear our new experimental model, a 6-month-old baby, in the child development program, testing out a new vocal pattern. I felt I had scored a beat on bureaucracy, and I had gone on the official records as someone more distinguished and indispensable to mankind than just a mother. Motherhood. What a glorious career, especially when there's a title on the door. So, does this make grandmothers senior research associates in the field of child development and human resources? And great grandmothers, executive senior research associates? I think so. I also think it makes aunts associate research assistants, uncles associate research assistants, and fathers research associate partners. So please send this to another mom, grandmother, aunt, and other friends you know, because everybody is more than just a mom. And hey, there's one of our moms. What's going on, Roger Carroll? Welcome in. Okay, you'll have to go back to the tape. I just gave a couple of jokes and then a little serious, jokey thing about the beauty of being a mother. But now here's the part where you get to join in and think about it. I did. This is what had me running late, and I didn't get to finish it, so I don't have the video on this one. This one we're just going to talk about. Okay, all right. And one of the things that I did, my mother used to do a lot of babysitting, and so and when she babysat, she babysat in the kitchen. We grew up in Grand Projects. Geraldine, you got that same line, okay? She sat in the kitchen, and that's where she kept it. She had one doing the potty training, one sitting at the at the table, one sitting is young enough to sit old enough to sit at the table, one not old enough to be in the high chair. But that was what she would do. And so I actually created a thing that I called Leah's Kitchen and Child Raising Center. And I used to tell her that this is what she needed to give out to her people that came in. And first, let me get Daphne's comment. I'd like to share that. I will definitely post all of the jokes and the stories in the thread when I'm finished. So I know I'm going fast because I was thinking it's a lot, but man, we are more than halfway through. And I'm definitely looking forward to hearing some of the things that you said about your mother. Because here's one of the things that I said about mine. And like I said, I won't have time to post this in there, but we called my mother Leah. That was her nickname. So I called her babysitting Leah's Kitchen and Child Rearing Center. And I had actually created this little card for her, like a brochure, and I told her she needed to give it out. She didn't, but this is what I told her she should do. And here's what it said. It says, please familiarize your child or children with the following terminology, as this is the primary language to be used by the commander-in-chief at the center. If there's a term you are not familiar with or disapprove of, that's too bad about you, because mama didn't raise no fool. Keep your badass kids at home next time. So here's some of the terms she used to use. So see if your mother ever said any of these or how you would add to them. She used to say, we'd say, Mommy, I'm hungry. Or we'd say, I'm hungry. And she said, pleased to meet you. I'm Mary Louise. And if you'd say, oh, I want some more meat, she said, you better meet your Jesus. And then if you were eating and you slowed down and you sat like you weren't going to eat, she said, you're going to eat it if it gets ice cold. And you know what? You sat there and you ate it. So you learned to try to eat before that food got ice cold, because she was not kidding. So again, as I go through some of my mother's sayings, if you've ever heard of these or you use them or one you use, throw it in the chat. I might end up having the same one. We'll get to it, okay? And this is another thing. As you got older, if you didn't eat your food, she say, well, you should have said it was too much when I put it on your plate. And I laugh at that one, because that you were not allowed to say this is too much. But that was her saying, you should have said it was too much before I put it on your plate. So you're going to eat it all. But if you would have, believe me, if I'd have said, Mommy, that's too much, she would have said, I tell you how much I'm going to put on your plate. You don't run this house. So again, these are the rules that she had to make it clear. Because one thing she used to say, I run this house. Okay. In fact, here's the next one. She said, when you get old enough, you're grown enough to run this house, you can get out. And I love that one, because I remember the first time I heard it. When you get grown enough to run this house, or she used to say, when you get man enough to run this house, I'm thinking she's going to say, then you can take over. She said, no, when you get man enough to run this house, then you get out, because this is my house and we go by my rules. Okay, what'd you say there, Pastor McKinley? We didn't get to say much. Just yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Hey, wait, I was in the North. We didn't even get to say yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am. It was just like, It was just action. You didn't get to say nothing. All right. Okay, let's see. Here we go. She said, well, you know darn well that doesn't belong there. So yeah, if you ever put something, she said, and you know I'm being PG-13, but she said, you know damn well that don't belong there. And I loved it, because these sayings went down through the ages. And so they were some that I heard when I was growing up. then when I was like like 10 years old or something, and seeing her raising my younger brothers and other friends. And then when I got into my 20s and I didn't live there, and I'd come visit and she'd have kids that she was raising, some of these lines never changed. And they had whole new meanings once I was an adult. But yeah, you know damn well that doesn't belong there. And then that way you wouldn't, and you should see the kids stand there like, okay, where am I going to put this? And then her next line, I wish you would. That's when she saw somebody getting ready to touch something. I wish you would. And again, I used to crack up seeing the kids freeze, like, you know, and you know, a kid, they almost don't get it. I wish you would. And then they go on and touch it. Okay. What you say in Roger Carroll, Heen Rogers, that would let you know where something belongs. Okay. You know damn well that doesn't go there. Here's, and sometimes she say put it over there, but you know, but because she knew in a lot of cases, you know, no, that she knew when the kid moved that they knew that didn't belong there. But yeah, sometimes Roger, she tell her where to put it. Okay, what you say, Geraldine? I was about to say it was a bad word. Right, right, right. Because you know darn well, right? You know she didn't say that. All right, you know damn well, and I wish you would. And also, yeah, she said, I wish you would, or something you were about to say. And then Roger Carroll, Helen. Helen, not Heen. Okay. She Helen, and what you say, Geraldine? Yep, that was what she was about to say, right? Yeah, Helen, Roger Carroll Rogers would tell you where to put something that lets you know where it belongs. And then one of let me see. Oh, if you look like you once he told you where to put it and told you not to touch that, and then you look like you're going to touch again, she said, now touch it again. Now touch it again. And you know, and so communication skills. Hey, you know, I learned them at an early age. Now touch it again. So I learned sarcasm at an early age. And then, I know we've all heard this one. How about this one? You better shut up before I give you something to cry for. Duh. You better shut up before I give you something to cry for. How many mothers have said that? How many of you mothers have said that? Okay. Because she'd say that right in the front. She'd say that if the kids are in the back, or she put them in the back to go to sleep, better shut up back there before I come back there and give you something to cry for. So just and this is wonderful, wonderful. That's an MOM, making our memories. All right, what you saying? Right. Oh, okay, Lorenzo, you're driving and listening, so you can't put your comments. Okay. All right, and then what you say, Pastor McKinley, and then gave it. Right. Yeah, I'm a you shut up before I give you something to cry for. Right, and then they give it. Right. Oh, you cry? Okay. Well, here's a whipping to go with that, so you can have something to cry for. And then see, and think about it. Again, we don't really think about it. But now the kids are, you know, so a child would then learn, okay, well, this means that I shouldn't do that. So you don't question parents. Motherhood, fatherhood, parenthood, it's a give or take. It's a touch and go thing. And all they can do is become better parents. They have to practice on you. Okay. And what's happening, Demona DeBrew? Hey, friend, long times. Woo, God, met her in Charlotte years ago. Good to see from you again. What you say, Daphne? That's the one. Shut it up now. Yeah, shut it up now before I give you something to cry for. I used to say my mother went to PU, Parent University, where they learn how to say these things. So again, some of these things I heard my Mother's Day, but some of them you might have said too if you're a mother. I know there's one that I'm coming up to that I said as I wasn't a mother, but it was something I said because of my mother, Roger Carroll. It is a practice, and each child is different. Remember, Roger Carroll, did you come on when I was doing the thing called somebody's mother? You'll get that because I'm going to post it in there where somebody said, no, you can treat each child the same. No, somebody doesn't know that you got to treat each child differently. All right. And so Lorenzo, Bobby voice text us. So if there's some typos, we're going to know because he's driving. His motherhood memory. Mother Mamie woke me up with, you are going to school today. What shock, what horror. I didn't want to leave her, and I certainly did not want to go to some old school. She pulled and controlled me down Ashland Avenue to Thomas Jefferson Elementary School. And I don't know if that's a typo or whatever, but you're going to school today. It looks like a question, but I'm sure it wasn't. And I know my mother was like, no, get up. You going to school today. So, I don't feel good. No, you better feel like you getting up. All right. And then, old Pastor McKinley said, go get me a switch off that TV. Oh, yeah, go. We always heard that the Southern people said that. wait, for us, it was go get the belt. Yeah, my mother there was a beating belt. I remember one time where we tried to hide all the belts in the house because we knew we were getting a beating. So we tried to hide all the belts. And she had a spare belt in the emergency room. I don't know, but all kinds of stuff. Okay. And then Lorenzo, that was kindergarten's first day. All right. And what you say, Pastor McKinley? That one too, okay, about getting the belt. Okay, you got the switch. Okay, here's something else my mother said. Sit down and act like you got some sense. Roger Carroll on the belt tour. I'm going fast, and we know there's a delay in the broadcast, so I'm gonna come back to what you're saying. But yeah, pretty much everybody knew about that belt, right? All right, and, back then we didn't call. We didn't get on punishment, get a whipping. We got a beating. We got a beating with the belt. But it's just all just child rearing, and I agree. I don't advocate for anybody parents to beat their child down. But there's you got to know where the fine line is between discipline. On how you administer the discipline. So again, that's why I say I'd like to support parents, and please don't think I'm making light if there's anybody who's a parent who's abusing a child, or that I'm supporting in any way that we should abuse children. Okay, so let me just put that asterisk in there. Okay, all right. But anyway, Pastor McKinley, I'm doing. You get that beating, and I'm doing this. Yeah, because you get a sermon while you're getting the beating. I'm doing this because I love you. You're like, what? Yeah, you're going to get some kind of sermon while you get the beating. And Lorenzo said, my mom would always say, are you calling me a liar? I waited until I'm older and in my own and said, yep, you lied to me sometimes. Are you calling me a liar? Right? Okay. What's up, Figgy, coming in from Indiana? Do it when you're not and he's parenting trick. Yeah, good point. You see, that's what I'm saying. We got to have a mix and everything. You discipline your child when you're not angry, and then you do a better job of explaining and helping the child understand why they're being disciplined. But then, of course, now that again, there's the tough spot about being a parent, and depending on the age of the child, did you put the space in between so far that they don't know what you're disciplining them for? It's tough being a parent, and my heart goes out to y'all. But I thank you, Figgy, for putting that in there. And Figgy's a great comedian. I just love. I work with him through a program called AATH, Association for Applied and Therapeutic Humor, and he is great at making little songs and stuff like that. Great guy, Figgy. Good to see you. All right. What you say, Pastor McKinley? Where you get that from? Take that back. Yeah, that goes with. Now that don't belong there. Yeah. Where did you get that from? Where does that belong? Now you sound like, wait, you sure you wasn't in my house? That's just what. Take that back. All right, take that back to where we belong. Okay. Here goes another one. She said, "You better go somewhere and lay down." You better go somewhere and lay down because you're getting on my nerves. So that's the one way of calming you down. Roger Carroll said, as a grandmother, my mother disciplined. As a mother, she punished. Ooh, nice one. See, we getting deep, y'all. As a grandmother, my mother disciplined. But when I saw her as my mother, she was punishing me. Got it. Is that right? As a grandmother. Yeah. Now that Roger Carroll's a grandmother, she understands she sees that her mother was disciplining her. But when it was just her as a child and it was her mother, she felt like her mother was punishing her. I got that right, Roger Carroll? You could just give us a thumbs up or a yes, but I think I got that right. Yeah, because it is perspective. as you get older that you see differently, which is where the lessons come in. Child rearing doesn't stop when a child is a certain age. Thank you, Roger Carroll confirmed that. Yeah, how you look at what you did depends on where you are in your life. Ooh, I love to remind people it's all about you. It's all about you. My company, by the way, is called The Top Line. And I created it because we hear people talk about the bottom line. And I always say, but the top line is how I feel affects other people. That's why I named my company that, because it is about how you feel, what your perspective is on how you react and what you do. And whether we're talking about discipline, love, anything, it's about where you are. That helps you see where another person is in their life. Amen. Let's keep on. Something else my mother used to say. All right. Get it together, mister. Rest your nerves. She says, yeah, you didn't always have to get a beating. All right. These are some things she just say to keep you in check. Yeah, get it together, mister. Rest your nerves. And you start to, wow. And this is Mental Health Awareness Month. Isn't that something? Think about how that actually would apply to today. Get it together. Come on, just rest your nerves. That's how you deal with stress. You just have to make sure that you're getting enough rest. Wow. And rest your nerves. Did you say that too, McKinley? Or you just repeating that you like that? Yeah, because that's what you said. Rest your nerve. And Damona said, close that door. I'm not trying to cool off all of close. Oh, that's a good one. Close that door. I'm not. And my mother always said, close that door. This ain't no barn. See, motherhood. Y'all are wonderful, wonderful. Okay, let's go on. My mother said, my mother would say, where are you supposed to be? So, and she would say this probably like if a child came out they supposed to be in the back sleeping, and they come out and they in the hallway or come into the kitchen. And she said, where are you supposed to be? Like I said, my mother, she didn't just hit the discipline, like you say, Roger Carroll, the difference between punish and discipline, you could see it. She used to talk to us and say, where are you supposed to be? Doesn't that help a child learn? Okay. And what Figgy says, a word to the wise is supposed it's supposed to be sufficient. That's true. As we get older, a word, because we hear that a word to the wise is sufficient. No, though it's supposed to be sufficient. But now, think of how wonderfully we're talking about children. They're not wise yet. And so therefore, you have to get them used to word. My mother, as Roger Carroll said, now that I can look back and see how my mother talked to us and talk, and I see her talking to the little kids instead of and there's where that fine line between discipline and abuse. She didn't always have to hit a child. She would talk and make a child, and it's hilarious when you get older and you see the kid thinking about, how can I answer this? Okay, beautiful, thank you. And then what you say, Pastor McKinney? Children don't belong in grown. There's one of them quotes. Children don't get what you doing all up in grown folks' business and face. Yeah. Yep. Go to your room. You ain't supposed to be here with them. Okay. Well, oh my God. Here we go, baby. Just keep on living. That goes with the word to the wise is sufficient. But what Damona said. Yeah. Something. This haven't happened, baby. Just keep on living. And you're gonna see this. All right. Okay, I'm gonna give a couple of more of my mothers because we're doing good on time. Okay. Who told you to get up? Because she would tell her, okay, it's nap time. Go back and go to, and then the kids didn't even think about it. They get up and come on into the kitchen and say, who told you to get up? And then she said, and then she screamed back to them because she heard them. They're supposed to be laying down. I better not catch you up when I come back there. I better not catch you up when I come back there. And so, she would send a little warning. And so guess what? The children would lay back there. She's here. And they think she got a monitor on her. Oh, my God. And thank you, Devo, just laughing. I'm telling you, we got to just laugh. All right. And this was my mother's. And I think this one is true. When the baby is crying, my mother used to say, their stomach's full, their diapers changed. Let them cry themselves to sleep. I keep that one. I don't have kids, but as a child, child development, because I see especially a lot of young parents, mothers or fathers, as soon as the baby starts crying, they go to pick them up. And my mother used to say, no, the diapers changed. So they're not crying because their diaper's full. They ate, so they're not crying because they're hungry. Let them cry themselves to sleep. She said, they're crying because babies start working on you psychologically from the day they're born. They understand when I do this, this happens. Come on, they're animals. So when they start crying and you immediately pick them up, the baby will cry more. Oh, you don't know the development. And again, the difficulty of parenthood. That might not work on everybody. Okay. All right, here we go. And this is a flashback to something something you said earlier, Pastor McKinley. Did I tell you to move that? and Roger Carroll, where you say your mother told you where something belongs. Okay, yeah. See, did I tell you to move that? Did I tell you to touch that? Did I tell you to eat that? Did I tell you to do that? Those were the questions my mother would say. Roger Carroll, my daughter laid out on the floor at McDonald's. There's more coming. My daughter laid out on the floors at McDonald's. And what did you do? Go on, finish that one. Finish that thought. And I know my mother would have walked away and left you right there because I know I've had that happen. And so let me see if that's the same thing would happen with Roger Carroll. And then you get up off that floor and catch up. Yeah. Oh, my God. Oh, okay. And then so my mother would also say to the kids that she was maybe, okay. Oh, because she laid on the floor because she didn't want to leave. And I stepped over her and left. Exactly, Roger. That was it. She, I don't want to leave. She laid off. Okay, bye. Don't leave. I hear you, Roger Cal. And her daughter Simone has grown up to be such a wonderful young lady. Her and her husband Chris and their little baby. Oh, Emma. Okay. Woo, we got these stories. Okay. All right. Here's another one. My mother would say, I don't know who you think you are. That's what she tell the kid. And this is one that I cracked up. I hear her say that. See, you get away with that at home, but you here now, honey. And she's talking to the kid like the kid is a grown adult. She said, no, you get away with that at home, but you here now, honey. And you should see the kids. Yeah, they just, snap it up. All right, okay. And now here's the one that I tell you that not as a kid, but I actually adopted this one as a grown-up. She'd say, what did I say? What did I say? When I was coaching basketball in Chicago, I was coaching community league basketball, and I'm talking to my kids as they're playing. And one of my kids did something, and I had called a timeout, and I said, didn't I tell you to do so and so? And he said, but his father was in the stands. And he said what his father told him to do. And I looked at him, I said, what did I tell you to do? And the moment I said it, two things happened. Number one, I cracked up laughing because I heard my mother saying that. What did I say? And then number two, I didn't even bother looking at his father in the stands. But I'm sure he heard me. But that was how I coached. When I'm coaching, I'm the coach. You listen to me. I'm your father and your mother. I made that clear to my boys, and I made it clear to their parents too, not disrespecting their parents, but their parents had to allow me to coach them because this is what I do. If his father was a basketball coach, then he should have been coaching. Okay, I'm not, and that's not in a nasty way at all, but parenting again, the tough part of parenting, releasing your child to another adult's discipline and supervision. There's so many angles we can go at, y'all. And that's why sometimes you just have to control yourself and let things happen. So what's going on, Valerie, coming in from Chicago? Good to see you. Lorenzo, don't make me come over there. Right. My mother said, don't make me come back there. And Roger Carroll, foolishness is bound in the heart of a child. Wonderful. Because foolishness doesn't have to be a bad thing. We do crazy things. As we get older, we can see it as foolishness. As we are younger, it's that's Pastor McKinley. As we are younger, it's playfulness. We got, tomfoolery. I'm just doing this. And so, yeah, there's a lot of ways we can go at this, boys, ladies and gentlemen. And Lorenzo, you're not made of glass. Ooh, why are you standing in front of the TV? You're not made of glass. I don't have that one on it. See, aren't these wonderful making our memories, Mom? Okay. Oh my God. But let me say you some wonderful things she used to say as well. She used to say, I love little kids. They just repeat the machines. Because that's and what you say, they repeat it. What you do, children mimic and mirror adults. If they see you doing something, then that's what they consider that they can do too. So I love how that this is why I'm bringing it all down. But all of those crazy and fun things she said, just some wonderful things that she said. And she used to say, "Oh, he's smart as a Benzie bug," and she say it in front of the child, calling him smart. And then she had one, "Oh, he's a handsome old thing." Oh, and she's just as cute as she could be. She said it in front of children. So they didn't only hear disciplinary things from her. They heard her compliment them. And see, that's how a child learns when the person who loves them, that's how a child wants to please that person. And that's how sometimes we find abusive situations because somebody misunderstands who really loves them. But that's another topic. And then another thing, she said, "You finished, mommy? Okay, go on, lay down." See, once they finished their bottle of eating, because they were old enough to eat with this spoon, you finished? Okay, go on, let them know. Okay, it's time for your nap. Oh man, she used to just do one thing. And then one thing that she always said, she said, "Bless you." So it was just a great, being at her footstep, watching her parent. Let's see some things that others. Lorenzo said, "Okay, pulling off back to driving and listening." Oh, Lorenzo, he got a lot of nerve, pulled over so he could send some comments. That's beautiful. But see, that's what I'm glad that this broadcast can get you to do that. Thank you, Lorenzo. And Damona, yes, I always told my kids that their teacher was their mother at school. That's right. See, you have to instill stuff in the kids so that the kids could know, yep, this is how I have to treat this person. Thank you, Damona. Great. And Daphne, my mom was Jamaican. Her verbiage was different. But I've heard these sayings too. Amen. Yes. See, yeah, they all PU, Parent University. They all say the same thing. But the thing is, they come up with what gets the message across for them. And that's the beauty of it. So I'm going to close out with a poem. And as a reminder for this year, remembering Mother's Day is not every day. One more thing for Pastor McKay. You bet not let that teacher, you better not let that teacher call this out. That's right. I remember thinking my mother was always on the teacher side. I used to try not to be bad in school because my mother always took the teacher's side. Okay. But anyway, I'm going to close us out. We're getting close to 45 minutes. But every Mother's Day is every day. Okay. But I'm going to remind us to remember Mother's Day every single day. And this coming Friday, I'm going to be adding to this poem that I'm going to close you out with. It's a poem that's from my book. That is a dedication to it's called, the poem that I'm going to read Friday, it's called Through a Child's Eyes. Okay, let me get that so you can see it. It's not blocked by Through a Child's Eyes is the poem I'm going to read on Gift Friday, which is another tribute to mothers. But today I'm going to read a poem called The Creator. And the difference is that through a child's eyes is going to be how a child is looking at his or her mother. And this one is called The Creator. And it opens by saying, "Welcome to my womb with a view. Forgive me that I don't offer you drink, for I'm not used to company. In fact, how'd you get in here? Oh, that's right. I'm just imagining you as you feel me. I'm just knowing you as you feel me. I'm just kicking you. Can you feel me? And are you ready for me? Are you ready to be a woman? Or are you just going to be my mother?" See, I've been practicing. How about you? I know I'm going to gurgle when you pinch my toes and bubble when you poke my belly. Let's face it, I'm going to be spitting all kinds of approval at you. See, I've been practicing. How about you? Are you ready to be a woman or are you just going to be my mother? Wow, I can't wait to get out of here and practice swimming up to you as you encourage me, push me, love me. And then I'm going to try to impress you with a step and call you Da. Let's face it, I'm going to be spitting all kinds of approval at you. See, I've been practicing. How about you? Are you ready to be a woman, or are you just going to be my mother? I can't wait to bring you home A's and ribbons and stray dogs and ripped up shirts and pants and gloves and elbows and knees, and then friends for you to disapprove of. You'll teach me how to cook and clean and sew and go. Wow, you're going to help me be a grown up. And let's face it, you are my mother. You are my woman. You are my creator. And I'm going to be spitting all kinds of approval at you. See, I've been practicing. How about you? So that's the message from a child in the womb to the parent, to say to the mother, Mom, keep making our memories. Be maternal or memorable. Are you bringing the memories that a child needs to develop? Let me look at some of the final comments that you said. Pastor McKinley said, "You bet." Oh, we saw that one. Demona, love it. And that's just the conversation from the womb. Amen. And thank you, Daphne. Yeah, the conversation from the womb. Are you ready to be a mother, a woman, or are you just going to be my mother? Thank you, Roger Carroll. It's a good message. And it's just like goodness. Isn't it great to have good in front of your salutations? So thank you all for being mothers of some kind. That's why it's maternal or memorable. Because, hey, come on. And I'm not pushing mothers out of the way on Mother's Day, but hey, you got people's, I tell people, welcome to the parentless society, because I no longer have a mother or a father. And part of what keeps me strong is where I don't bother complaining, because I say I had a mother for 56 years. I had a mother longer than any of my younger brothers and sisters. I had a mother longer than my great nieces and nephews, because one of my nieces died at 46. So, and they were only one of them was a teenager at the time. They were 13, 11, 9, and 7, I think. Okay, so it goes back to what Roger Carroll said earlier. Put things in perspective and see where you are, so that you can appreciate what someone has sacrificed to get you where you are today. So great job, great word, King. Thank you. And I appreciate y'all, and Pastor McKinley there with the pre-scripture at 7:15 every morning. You know the only reason you don't see me all the time is because I have such a hard time waking up. I go to bed so late and wake up, and I'll crawl in there. But I try to get there, because the word is being shared in so many different ways from so many of us on this broadcast. So I thank all of you who share the word and share your word. And again, happy Mother's Day every single day. I'll do a countdown, and if anybody wants to get some closing comments in there, I'm happy to let that happen. I think that's a great word to end with too, as well as, again, thank you, Roger Carroll. Very good message, Demona. Yes, good hearing your voice, Scott. And yeah, we'll have to reconnect sooner or later. I hope all is still going well with you. I'll go to your page and click on it. I see already you got a green ribbon there as your profile, and I believe the green ribbon is I know it was liver cancer awareness for my mother, because that's what she passed from. And also and so it was a green ribbon, because the ribbons have so many colors now. They started out with the yellow ribbon, by the way, and that's the program I did with the military, the yellow ribbon reintegration program. And so many of their kids, the young soldiers and servicemen, et cetera, they in their 20s especially, they don't know where the yellow ribbon comes from. And okay, it's mental health awareness too. Yeah, see, the ribbons have different colors for different type of awareness. Okay, so this is mental health awareness month, but of course that it's every day. The awareness are the calendar, man-made calendar things are awareness or reminders of what we want to be celebrating all the time. Daphne, remember the moms without children who are mothers to many. And I think I actually cut myself off. That was where I was going to say. It's not just the mothers. It's, there's I'm not a mother without a child. I'm a father, an uncle without a child. So yeah, it's not just, and that's why, Daphne, I had maternal or memorable, because yeah, you don't have to be a maternal mother to have that special spot in a child's life, and they all need it. So love. Thank you, Lorenzo. And at love, LOVE, let ourselves value everyone. Value the mothers in your life, and value the people in your life who are really ready to pour into you so that you can develop, even in retrospect. Because I know I was a knucklehead on a lot of things. And so I'm just really glad to still be here. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with my knuckleheadness. As Pastor McKinley earlier said, foolishness is in the heart of a child. Yeah, I was foolish in a lot of ways. Oh, but now I'm thinking of was that Teddy Pendergast? No, it was Felipe Wynn with the Spinners. I was a fool. It takes a fool to learn to love somebody else. Hey, look, I'm out of here, y'all. And so, Mental Health Awareness Month, and as well as the green ribbon. Please stay aware of anything. I support suicide prevention awareness and liver cancer awareness. Those are my main ones. But and if you look at my site, you'll see I'm looking to help one of my little cousins get a scholarship at Spelman. So please go on there and vote for her on that. You just got so many options and things to go. Yeah, there's a clap. I think that's a clap, isn't it, Daphne? Yep. So thank y'all. I'm gonna do the countdown, and if you get a comment in there and I get to click on it, great. If not, I'll respond to it in the thread, and I'll post all of those little sayings and the poem in the thread as well on Facebook and on LinkedIn. And if you're on YouTube or on my website, no, on YouTube, it's because I don't post this on my website. If you're on YouTube and you like any of those, put that request in the comments, not in the thread. The thread gets erased when the broadcast is over. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2, and you are number one. Over now. Peace.